All right, today we've got a story for you. It's a short one, but man, is it powerful. We're talking about an act of heroism from a place you would never, ever expect. It all boils down to a single moment, a single choice, and how it can literally change everything. So, let's get right into it.
I mean, that's a huge question, isn't it? We kind of think of destiny as this big, predetermined thing that's totally out of our hands. But what if it's not? What if the entire future can turn on a dime based on one single decisive action? Just, hang on to that thought as we dive into the story of our Golden Guardian.
So, where did this whole idea even come from? Well, believe it or not, every great story has some kind of an origin, and the inspiration for this one is just about as amazing as the story itself. Let's take a look at the real-life event that got the ball rolling.
Yeah, you heard that right. It turns out sometimes real life is even wilder than fiction. The whole concept for this story was sparked by an actual event where a very smart dog stopped a potential disaster with a bus. It just goes to show you, heroism isn't just a human thing. And it got someone thinking, what if we took that idea and just made the stakes way, way higher?
And that right there is where our story kicks off. Let's get to the scene of the crisis, a moment where disaster isn't just a possibility, it is seconds away from happening.
So, picture this. It all starts with something you see every day, a passenger train. It's full of hundreds of people, just going about their business, reading, chatting, looking out the window, with absolutely no idea of the danger that is screaming toward them.
And this thing is moving. We're not talking a slow, scenic journey here. This is a giant hunk of steel just thundering down the tracks with so much momentum, so much force, it's basically unstoppable.
And that's the problem. The train is on a set path. If nothing changes, a catastrophe is not just likely, it is a 100% certainty. The lives of every single person on board are literally hanging by a thread.
But then, just when you think it's all over, an observer enters the picture, and it is absolutely not who you would ever expect.
That's right. Our hero is a dog, a golden retriever. While hundreds of people on that train are completely oblivious, this one animal, just watching from a field, sees the whole thing. It gets it. The tracks, the speed, the disaster that's about to happen. And in that one instant, an ordinary dog becomes an extraordinary hero.
And what the dog does next isn't some simple little trick. It's this incredible sequence of instinct and sheer force. First, just an explosion of motion, a blur of golden fur sprinting across the field. Then it gets to the track switch, this big, heavy piece of industrial metal. And then comes the impossible part. It somehow finds the strength to pull that heavy lever.
Okay, let's pause right there. Let's really zero in on that one critical moment. That split second where two totally different futures were decided.
This says it all, doesn't it? There was no time to spare. The lever clicks over at the exact moment the train roars past, the wheels screaming as they shift onto the new track. I mean, you couldn't write a more dramatic climax if you tried. And here it is, the stakes laid out plain and simple. On one side, you've got outcome A, a horrific collision and absolute tragedy. And on the other, outcome B, the train switches tracks and every single passenger continues their trip, never even knowing they were seconds away from disaster. All because of one amazing dog.
So what's the big takeaway from this incredible story? What's the real lesson of the Golden Guardian?
Well, I think the lesson here is actually pretty deep. It reminds us that heroes aren't about capes or superpowers. They're defined by what they do in a crucial moment. This story shows that the instinct to protect, to do the right thing, can come from anywhere. A friend, a total stranger, or even a dog in a field. It shows that changing the future doesn't always take some grand plan. Sometimes all it takes is one single brave choice. And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? If a golden retriever can save a train full of people, it really makes you wonder. That ability to take decisive, life-saving action. It could be anywhere. It could be in the person standing next to you. Or maybe it could even be in you. Thanks for listening.